Hey everyone, so there is a new interesting debate you should watch on Reason's YouTube channel. It's between Gene Epstein and Bhaskar Sankara. Gene Epstein is the free market guy and Bhaskar Sankara is the socialist guy. Now first and foremost, this debate was done with Oxford debate rules, so they polled the audience beforehand on the question the debate was posing, which was, quote, is socialism more effective than capitalism in bringing freedom to the masses? And then they polled the audience after the debate. And guess who won? Gene Epstein, the free market guy. So yay, score one for capitalism. But all that aside, Bhaskar said a few things I wanted to mention. At one point, he is describing his vision of this socialist society that will bring freedom to the masses. He describes how the workers will own the means of production. They will be the ones making all the decisions. They won't have a boss. There won't be an owner. And they'll be able to elect people to manage companies and firms. Okay, so a natural question comes to mind. Why don't you just do it? There's absolutely nothing stopping you from creating a business or a firm that is organized in this fashion. Nothing is stopping you from convincing fellow workers to pool resources and buy the company out, or buy enough stock in the company to have the majority shareholders be people who share this vision, and to help aid with this. In fact, Gene Epstein relentlessly brought up the fact that the bottom half of wage earners account for 1/3 of consumer spending, and furthermore, the bottom 4/5 make up almost 2/3 of consumer spending. So among the supposed downtrodden among us, there is huge potential power there in terms of consumer spending, and they get to decide which firms and businesses get that money. So convince socialists and the working class across the country to donate to a GoFundMe so workers can then take control of some of these companies in this fashion. There are a lot of options available to get this done, so go do it. But no, they don't want to do it that way. They are not happy unless everyone else crams into the sinking ship with them. And by the way, just a small note, they're going to be holding a gun to your head to make sure you get on that ship. So furthermore, Gene Epstein was talking about this debate after it happened, and he said that before the debate, the question they were going to debate was changed per Bhaskar's request. The question was originally going to be, quote, is socialism more effective than capitalism in bringing prosperity and freedom to the masses? But Bhaskar said he could not defend the idea that socialism would be more prosperous. Now that says a lot about the confidence Bhaskar has in what he says is the greatest way to organize society. I mean, I am a no-name nobody with a small YouTube channel. If I had the opportunity to debate Bhaskar, Bernie Sanders, or Ocasio-Cortez, I'd be chomping at the bit to debate every aspect of free markets in order to defend it from all fronts. I just wonder why Bhaskar does not want to do the same for socialism. I think because he knows socialism has no chance of bringing about the amount of prosperity created in comparison to free markets. And another question Gene Epstein kept bringing up was the issue of violence. He continually asked Bhaskar, what happens if I want to hire someone and that someone else agrees to work for me for a wage? What happens to us? The obvious answer is that they would be thrown in jail, or perhaps worse. But Bhaskar ducked the question the entire time until near the very end, where he gives a pretty vague answer, stating that two people engaging in a voluntary agreement like that would never happen anyway under his brand of socialism. Now that is an absolutely extraordinary claim for which he provides no evidence whatsoever. Voluntary transactions among humans in this regard are as natural as breathing. He does not even begin to explain how there would no longer be a desire for anyone to engage in such transactions. So anyway, there was a reason that Bhaskar lost this debate spectacularly, and it all stems from his inability to answer these simple questions. But anyway, that's all for now. Like and subscribe if you don't think voluntary transactions are exploitation. Thanks, and so long.